Well, it looks like Jonathan Major may actually be able to prove his innocent, and this new evidence that just surfaced. Like 2 or 3 videos on this story. You can go back and check on, in the video archives, look for yourself. I remember one video, I think the last video I did on this news case was that, that the woman stole his property, like his cell phone, tried to make a call. Yeah, in the very last story I did on Jonathan Major's incident. And now the woman had come out and come forward with evidence and witnesses that she hit him first. She started. In this one article come from, World of Weird, World of Real, REEL. The name of the article is called Plot Twist. Jonathan Major Accuser might get arrested by NYPD. And the article going on to state that why has nobody reported on 6/29/23 New York Times story that Jonathan Major Accuser might get arrested by NYPD. 3 sources from the New York Police Department are telling the New York Times that the woman who accused Jonathan Major of assault attacked Mr. Major herself and believe that there is enough evidence to support her arrest. I think it's Gracie Jabari. Gracie Jabari told the police that he had assaulted her during a taxi ride to his home in Manhattan. Jabari was his girlfriend of 7 years at the time. Her claims of assault include Major slapping her face, pulling her finger, and choking her. Jabari later tried to retract her accusations against Majors. His lawyer, Priya Chorby, has stated all along that the charges against her client are false and that it was actually Jabari who assaulted him. Chorby added that Jabari also stole personal belongings from Major's home. Now, you hear that? She's a thief too. Like most of these women who these high profile guys be dating always end up stealing stuff. It's amazing how they miss all that. So he says go ahead and sue her also for not only for false charges that she filed, because she can't go to jail for false charges and also for stealing his belongings. She also slandered his name and defamated his character. That is one of them. This is another article coming from the New York Times. NYPD had evidence to arrest a woman who said Jonathan Majors hit her. Usually, man, the article is kind of probably long. It goes in saying that, how he's the star of these Marvel films. But down in the first paragraph, it said that, New York Police Department has determined that a woman who accused the actor Jonathan Majors of assault attacked her, Mr. Majors himself, and believed the New York Police Department has determined that a woman who accused the actor Jonathan Majors of assault attacked Mr. Majors herself and believed that there is enough evidence to support her arrest, according to 3 people with knowledge of the matter. Majors, who starred in Creed 3 and was to appear in several Marvel films, was arrested. Well, they go to that, and then you go to the woman's name, which is Grace Jabari. And she goes in and stated how she told the police that basically kind of like saying the first 2 paragraphs saying the same thing I read from the other article. And now it goes up to the prosecutor filing an update. According to the incident, Mr. Jabari is no longer the accuser, Mr. Majors, of having grabbed her neck, but said that he pushed her into a vehicle. She maintained that he had slapped her in the face and said that Mr. Majors had grabbed only her middle finger, not her full hand. Going to his lawyer, Priya Chorby, who said that the charges are false and that in fact it was Ms. Jabari who assaulted her client. She had also said that Ms. Jabari, a dancer who had worked as a movement coach on one of Major's movies, stole personal belongings from his home. Basically going the same thing, is a little bit longer. They're going through the same thing, the finger incident in the article. They're not really talking too much about it. They're talking about her and how much her effective cost in it. They go into about how he was planning to be the center part of the Marvel films. And since then, how he lost, how he was taken out of U.S. Army's 2 commercials. Just they got, let's see, like they got to go to trial on August the 3rd, which is probably later on this year, for misdemeanor charges, resulting in the trial as part of because the defendant often settled pleading to lesser charges rather than risking conviction by a jury. So that means she lied so bad that she did from false police reports and she lied. But I don't know what they're gonna do about her because she really caught that man a lot of money. And going saying prosecutors typically do not discuss cases publicly, so it's unclear what evidence the district attorney office might. Yeah, they said no. They might know whether it be prosecutor Miss Jabari if she arrested. I really don't know because this case they talk about the case, but they're not really talking about what she doing, how she gonna go out. But it's the New York slime. They keep bringing up the whole finger incident and everything. I'm like, yeah, but what kind of charge she don't get? Because she cost this man money. He lost a lot of stuff because of her. So is he gonna be recuperating his losses? I mean, he don't get anything back because they don't say where he was taken out of Marvel films indefinitely. It doesn't say that he was a star, that he is still the star of the Marvel film. He's still the central villain of it. So I don't think he's been taken out just yet. And also his name has been cleared. So he might still be king or conqueror and all the things about him being, replaced probably just in case if he did got, convicted of it, then they was gonna go ahead and replace him because once he probably get convicted, he probably do jail time. They probably have no choice but to replace him. So they're probably just a backup plan just in case he got convicted. But since he's not getting convicted, since he has been, more the person who's the victim in the matter, there's no reason to replace him. So hopefully he still would be in the Marvel films because they should, because he actually is the victim and not her. And then on top of that, what about his U.S. Army commercial? He was taking out of those for no reason. I know they did to protect himself, but are he gonna get them deals back? Because to me, he should get those deals back now they found that he's actually in the clear. But y'all let me think in the comment section. I will leave the link to the articles in the description below. And before I go, I want to say that the Rolling Stoner, the Rolling Stone magazine, which I call the Rolling Stoner because they act like a bunch of stone ass monkeys, went on a bit of a tangent in their own article trying to say that, going back to his high school days or let's dig up more dirt on a black man that has nothing to do with this case whatsoever. That's basically them throwing dirt on his name, trying to make him look more grimier than what he already is when it comes out that he is the victim. But like I said, I'll leave everything in the description box below. You comment, like, and subscribe to the channel for more.